For months, global headlines have characterized the conflict in Ukraine as a stalemate, focusing on a front line that barely moves on a map. But viewing this war through the lens of traditional territorial conquest is misleading. Russia's slow advance isn't just a failure of momentum, it's an intentional shift toward a war of attrition. While the territorial gains are measured in meters, the operational reality is far more complex. To understand the truth, we have to look past the static lines and examine the systemic degradation occurring on both sides of the 600-mile front.
Military analysts suggest that Russia has abandoned the pursuit of rapid breakthroughs in favor of a meat grinder strategy. By applying constant pressure along multiple axes, the goal is to force Ukraine to expend its limited reserves of ammunition and manpower. Reports indicate Russia is suffering up to 1,000 casualties daily in high-intensity sectors like Avdiivka. However, for the Kremlin, these losses are viewed as a manageable cost if it results in the long-term exhaustion of Ukrainian defense capabilities and Western political will. One primary reason for the slow pace is the unprecedented density of Russian fortifications. Known as the Surovikin lines, these defenses include hundreds of miles of anti-tank ditches, dragon's teeth pyramids, and minefields with densities of up to 5 mines per square meter. This deep layered defense makes any offensive operation incredibly slow and costly. When Russia does advance, they are often moving into territory they previously fortified, meaning every inch gained is contested by pre-sighted artillery and drone surveillance. Russia's advance is also throttled by the constant threat to its supply lines. Western systems like HIMARS and Storm Shadow missiles have forced Russian logistics hubs to move further back, sometimes over 50 miles from the front. This increases the logistical tail, meaning it takes longer for shells, fuel, and food to reach the frontline troops. A slow advance is often a symptom of a starved supply chain, where Russian units must wait for replenishment before attempting even small-scale tactical maneuvers. The truth about the slow advance is that modern technology has made surprise nearly impossible. With thousands of ISR drones and satellite reconnaissance, any movement is spotted instantly. This transparency means that massing tanks for a major breakthrough results in immediate destruction by precision FPV drones or artillery. Consequently, both sides are forced to move in small groups of 8 to 12 soldiers, which naturally limits the speed and scale of any territorial gains. The era of the grand armored charge is currently on hold. In cities like Bakhmut and Marinka, the term advance takes on a different meaning. Russia often spends weeks and thousands of shells to capture a single apartment block or a basement. This urban meat grinder is the slowest form of warfare. Reports suggest that in some sectors, the Russian advance averages only 100 to 200 meters per day. This deliberate, destructive pace is designed to literally level the ground so that there is no cover left for Ukrainian defenders, turning cities into gray zones of rubble. Russia's ability to maintain even a slow advance depends on a constant stream of new recruits. While Russia has a massive population advantage, the Kremlin is wary of another large-scale mobilization that could cause domestic instability. Instead, they rely on crypto mobilization, offering high salaries, often 5 to 10 times the local average, to attract contract soldiers. This creates a workforce that is often less trained, contributing to the high casualty rates and the plodding, cautious nature of their tactical operations on the ground. We cannot discuss Russia's slow progress without mentioning the infusion of Western technology. The arrival of Leopard 2 tanks, Bradley fighting vehicles, and advanced air defense systems like the Patriot has significantly increased the cost of Russian air and ground operations. While Ukraine faces its own shortages, the qualitative edge of this equipment allows them to conduct active defense, where they give up small amounts of land while inflicting maximum damage on the advancing Russian forces. Beneath the kinetic war lies a massive electronic struggle that slows everything down. Russia possesses some of the most sophisticated electronic warfare, or EW, systems in the world. These systems can jam GPS signals and disrupt drone communication across wide areas. This electronic fog means that even when a gap in the line is found, coordinating a fast-moving exploitation force is nearly impossible. Commanders are often forced to revert to slower, hardwired communication or verbal orders, dragging the pace of battle back to a 20th century speed. The truth about Russia's slow advance is that it is the result of a collision between 21st century surveillance and 20th century industrial warfare. It is a grueling, tragic process where territorial gain is a secondary metric to the endurance of the combatants. For informed citizens, the key is to look past the lack of movement on the map and realize that the war is being decided in the factories, recruitment centers, and the resolve of international allies. The slow advance is not a stalemate, it is a high-stakes race to see who collapses first.